Welcome to In My Opinion 4.
Shantae, half Genie hero.
After a crazy adventure which resulted in Shantae getting her powers back, we return to said hero being awoken in the middle of the night by a strange noise. Turns out this was coming from the Genie realm, warning her of a great danger for both worlds. Well, that's enough of that. What's more important is it seems like your uncle's blueprints for some new machine has been stolen by one of Risky Boot's crew members. So after slapping her silly and getting it back, it's up to you to help him gather pieces to build said machine. While the plot was never a focus point of the series, this does seem like a step down. The adventure just felt more grand in the previous entry, and you got to know about some of the cast a bit more. Here is just gather some stuff to build something, and that Genie plot point pops up way later that feels like it wasn't even needed to begin with. However, we still get some interaction with the cast and some good comedic moments, like the Techno Baron trying to sell fake mermaids, or getting fired again. So you still will get some entertainment from this little story. There's also a good and bad end you can get. Shantae has returned with more 2D platforming goodness. Now it feels a bit easier than the last one, but that doesn't take away from all the fun you will have jumping, whipping, and climbing to the end of the 6 worlds. With your magical meter returning, there's no need to worry about items like spike bulks being limited either. You just need to be sure you have enough meter. Though what's odd is they took out some items like monster milk which increased your attack. Guess they didn't want to make it even easier. After completing each world, the next time you come back, some enemies and placements of enemies change, making it at least a little varied during all your backtracking. Once again, the series keeps its controls on point with no real button lag, so if you miss a jump, it's your fault. With the return of Shantae's magical powers, you'll be transforming once again to different creatures, 8 to be exact, with each form having a sub-power to help you out. These come in handy when you start searching every nook and cranny to find secrets like hearts, items needed to get the best ending, and just stuff to progress the story. Though I will admit that some of these transformations feel useless. Something like the spider is barely used for anything. It feels like they just wanted to add more for the sake of more, when some could be easily combined to make one better transformation instead of just being there. Though some of the good ones like the monkey, mouse, and harpy will get a good amount of use. As always, Scuttle Town is your main hub where you can rest in the bath to regain magic and health, visit the shop to buy many helpful upgrades like higher attack damage for your hair and quicker transformation speed. There's also an extra shop you can find while out in the field that shows you even more items. You also got a gallery in which you can find keys to open the door to some concept art and fan art. The townfolk are also very helpful since besides the usual funny dialogue, they also give you multiple hints on what's needed and where to go while you're on your scavenger hunt adventure. The world select screen is pretty helpful as you can see if you're missing anything and how much of it you're missing. Also, while playing through the worlds, at any time you can blow a whistle given to you by Sky to warp you right back out to the select screen. There's even a warp spell you can buy that lets you rush through each section of the world, if you got a good idea which spot you're missing an item. The worlds are split into either 2 or 3 parts, ending with a boss fight. Each boss is pretty fun, and even though there's still no health bar for them, there's a good indication when you're nearing the end, and they don't overstay their welcome. Sadly, this time around there are no dungeons, which sucks, since the ones in Pirate Curse was so dang good, added more meat to the game, and really gave the powers you got to good use. Holy crap, what a massive upgrade. All the worlds look freaking beautiful, even the world select screen. The biggest thing to notice is the character models themselves. They look so smooth and detailed without sacrificing the original look of the characters. Same goes for the animations. This time around there are no real big character portraits since, well, it isn't really necessary. I also like the addition of a musical number added to the first world that hypes you up even more for the oncoming adventure. We get a little bit more voice lines than usual, but again it's mostly a mute affair, since they didn't reach their Kickstarter goal, which is a bummer. It also seems like the new engine takes a toll on the game as you see some slowdown here and there, but luckily it's mostly a smooth affair. So yeah, even with some of its downsides such as removing dungeons and the game being a little bit easier, it's still really good, and I enjoyed every minute of it. The graphical upgrades make everything look so beautiful, and it was nice seeing the characters in a fresh coat of paint. Even though the story is not as good as the last game, the cast themselves are still full of personality, and the comedy is there as well. The game took me about 6 hours and change to beat, with collecting everything. Replay wise, there's hero mode, which gives you access to some of the transformations from the start. This helps a lot with speedruns. There's also pictures to unlock by beating the game fast, collecting everything, or both. So if you're not a speedrun type of person, then you won't be that interested. There is DLC on the way making some of the characters like Risky Boots and Bolo playable, so I know I'll be coming back. This new entry may have had a few bumps, but I promise you, the magic is still there and it's worth your time. I hope you enjoy my thoughts on this game, and for gamer's sake, keep gaming.